So welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're doing more welding. I know I said we finished the welding last episode, but we're going to do these things here. So we've welded all this, the whole cab is welded and back on. And now we've got to just weld these 1, 2, 3 pieces, and then it's actually all done welding. There's not much welding in it, so we're going to get stuck into it today. So what do we have to do? We have 2 guards and a front little bit thing that we have to weld up. So the purpose of this guard is not only to protect everything and everyone around it, but also this holds our oil, and it is somewhat of a structural part of the car. So what we have to do to fix it is fix the rust in it. Now there's not much rust in it, but I'd like to have this as a rust-free car and not have to worry about it. So I'm going to fix it. So what we're going to do is set this up, cut it, shut it, call it a day, and then move on to the next guard. Let's do that.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of...
So what I'm going to use to cut the rest of this piece here is just this. This is a Dremel with a cutting bit on it. Now because I'm too lazy to get my angle grinder out and actually do it properly, I'm just going to use this. Does the trick, and it means I can be a lot more accurate and a lot more close with where I'm cutting. Seeing as I'm not the best at cutting, which you've probably seen in previous videos, I may as well do it with this. As you can see, for me at least, it's not this dirty big ass cut that you get with angle grinders. It's just this nice little cut, and it sort of makes the piece quite easy to get out and retrieve. Yeah, sadly my dumb ass left this outside and it got wet, so it's a bit rusty, but it's only surface rust, so that just comes off. So if you see this and you see that it's rusty, don't yell at me for it, even though it is my fault. But it still works as metal. And it's not contaminated or anything, it's just surface rust, because this wasn't oiled or anything, which I probably should have done.
You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're gentle and wind and rain. You're some kind of
oh good, that'll do, donkey. Alright, now we're just going to shift over to the bench stand thing. Alright, so we have this here guard done. Dunskies in there, as you can see, that's nice and thick. And then we've got this front clip thing done. Now we got to move on to the final guard. Now this one is going to be the hard one. So what I would like to do here is get all the rust out, the dirt. It's from the battery leaking, because this is the battery tray, this is where the battery goes. Then I just got to make sure that hole stays there and drill that out later. It's even rusty here, so I'm going to guess the metal here is pretty crap. We can get it done. Let's get onto it. Oh, and to add on to that, I don't think I've got enough gas to do it, so hope we have gas, because I want to get it done today within the next hour and a bit. I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Easy. He needs gas for welding anyways. I do.
About what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Well, it happened. I ran out of gas. Bummed, because I wanted to get it all done today. That's alright, that's been one bottle of gas so far. To get this far, that's nearly the whole car welded with one bottle of gas. I guess we just gotta wait, it's a bit too late. Now it's like 7:50 or something. A bit too late to go off the bunnies to get some, so I guess we'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish up this little touch here and call it a day.
So, I was a bit of an idiot and I forgot to record it, but I decided it wasn't good enough and I wanted to change it all. And I wanted the battery to sit a bit lower, so I changed it all. I got a new piece of sheet metal and I shaped it all myself and then welded that in instead because I was not happy with the result from the prior weld.
Alright, so time for a little unboxing. Well, I already unboxed it. I got myself one of these. Now what that is a flush mount light. What is this for? Well, you see this here. This is the factory reversing light. I'm going to use these instead. Now I've got two. One of them is being used as my camera stand. So what I'm just going to do is take this plate off, put it in there, make sure it fits, and then I'm going to start cutting some holes. Anyways, we're going to take it off now. Yeah. Trace around the fucking thing. Alright, now knowing me, I will be very prone to getting this wrong, so I'll try not to get it wrong. Yeah. Anyway, nothing to it but to do it. Alright, so after a long and hard thinking process, it's in somewhat. Like I had to modify it's freaking hot. I had to modify it a bit. Alright, that's okay. So I just paint up the rear of that, quick coat of black and put it on to that. Make sure it fits and I can drill the holes, and then I will have it installed, and then I'll take it all out and paint that with primer so I don't have all the rust, and then I'll do the next side. Proper. And that's in. It may not be straight and it's probably pretty crooked, but it's in. So now I can drill some holes for it, but I'll just make sure that it actually fits first and fits kind of straight. So I'll quickly measure it and then see if I can fiddle it around a tiny bit, because it definitely does not look straight. And then I'll do some holes. Alright, so there we have both lights on, installed. Now because this isn't centered, neither are the lights, but I think that looks alright. So each side has gotten a fair amount of bog on it and it's still not finished. I'll probably just do one more skim over what I've done now, just because. So yeah, it's all getting a fair bit of bog in it, which I don't really care. It's my car, I can do with it what I want. If I was building this for, say, a customer or something, I would probably not bog it up, but it's my car. I don't have any customers, so I can do what I want. So it's all got a layer of bog. Even these front patch welds got a small skim of bog on it, just so it looks a little bit somewhat straight. So it's about time I offered an update for this, seeing as, well, last time I actually filmed an update, but then my phone died, so I lost it. So here's where we are at right now. All the doors are in, opening and closing, including the rear door. Nothing's away, okay. It actually closes and sits in pretty well. Not. The top has to come in a tiny bit, but there is actually wiggle room there, so I'm just going to see if I can somehow like twist the door, if you sort of get what I mean there. Driver's side also does the same thing, opens and closes real nice. So I'm just working on the rest of the tail lights. As you can see, I've cut one out here, cut that one out there, that's sitting in there for now, and I'm just going to do the last one. Now I've painted up all here just to protect it from rust, and actually once I put paint on it, it comes out quite straight, and sort of what I didn't want was these straight doors and then like this panel here being shite. So now the doors are on, they will come back off of course to get painted, and everything else will come back off to get painted. So I'm going to get the tail lights done, and then once the tail lights are painted, I'm gonna focus on cutting out that section there, which I think I'm gonna do whilst the car is on the chassis. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna finish the taillights. I'll film one of them maybe. We'll see. I got.
So I would like to note that at this time I had an SD card failure, which meant I lost a bunch of footage, which is why this video sort of looks a bit pieced together. But I lost a bunch of footage, and I lost all the footage of welding this and putting this together because it was a bit of a challenge and pretty cool, for me at least. So yeah, it's not by purpose that I did it like this, it's just because I lost a fair bit of footage, which is my fault, and there probably would have been ways to fix that, but I don't know how, so I lost it. But anyways, back to the video.
So what I wanted to do here was cut an oversized piece so I could slot it in and then drill the lines behind it, but it's turned out to be not entirely oversized, not as big as I wanted it to, so I'm just going to have to try and make do with what I've got. But we will draw the lines and then cut the thing more, and it should be alright. Alright, so we've got this ground down. It's not the prettiest, and I don't mean it to be the prettiest. I would like it to look better, but it is ground down. This bit, I didn't get the radius entirely right, so I had to fill it with bulb a bit, but I'm going to just fill it with a bit of bulb once that time comes. So basically, if we just block out that, it's nice. That was really hot. But yeah, it'll do the trick. So now I just have to put the guard back onto the car, line up the hole, draw a dot in the hole, drill out the hole, and then we will paint that and call it a day.
So the welding party doesn't stop because there's more welding to do. There's kind of always more welding to do on this car, and here you can see us adding in these two support brackets. They were both cut out from the original body, and they are the supports for the pop-out windows. This body didn't have pop-out windows for some reason, why I don't know. All we did to do this was see where the original supports were tacked on the yellow body, these supports that you see now, and then just cut them out there and then re-tack them on and re-weld them onto this body. So we did that on both sides, and then we measured the window up next to that and made sure it all fit nice and spick and span.
Now the part you're all waiting for, it is sitting right behind the camera. That is right there. Fix my take. No bueno. It is sitting right behind the camera. I got a bunch of welding done. I got a bunch of grinding done. The whole inside, I'm not showing you, is welded and grounded, and is sitting back on the chassis, looking hot. Very hot. Should I? No, you're not looking. Anyways, without further ado, Suzuki.
So I know this video's jumped around a lot, and that's really from scrambling for footage and just because I haven't actually edited in such a long time that I've sort of run out of what I know I've done and what has happened. So there's a few things I've missed, and I apologise for that, but here we are.
Welcome back. I'm joking. It's the end now. You survived the whole video. Well done. You made it through it. And in the next video, I promise you, we will paint it. Even though I've said that in like the last 5 videos that we painted the next video. But actually the next video we're going to paint it. So this time, for reals, for proper, we're actually going to paint it next time. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to start with the underbody. We're going to paint that on Sunday. It's Tuesday, and we'll paint on Sunday. No, today is Wednesday, and then we'll paint on Sunday, actually. And then in the following week or two, because it is school holidays, we will paint it after then. In an actual spray booth with a nice spray gun, and yeah, gotta fix that bit. But thank you for coming along so far. If you've made it this far, comment below. I'm joking, don't do that. Yeah, you don't have to if you want to. Anywho, it's done somewhat. There's still a few things I gotta fix up, like the inner floor well, and on top the floor well of that bit, just so that it's somewhat presentable. I don't care too much about the floor because it will be getting a floor mat on top of it, and I don't care about underneath because why are you going to look at the underside of my car? Exactly. So we're at this point now where we are pretty much ready to paint it. Well, actually ready to paint it. The underbody is done and ready to be painted, and will be painted on Sunday, which is in 3 or 4 days. I can't do maths. So thank you for watching. Again, I've said it a lot. We'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things if you want. Not forcing you to, because we live in a free society. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you next week, or the week after, or whenever I make a YouTube video. I'm not really doing consistent uploads, in case you couldn't notice, because I don't do enough things to be one of them YouTuber guys. But if you want to subscribe to make me a YouTuber guy, subscribe. Alright. Hey X, it's me again. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. Quick reminder, no, quick thing. My Instagram account got hacked and I got a new one. It's called Jensen's Not Done, because I'm not done with anything whatsoever. So Jensen's Not Done. Go follow it. That's about it.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good